Welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series All-Star Open from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Drivers, start your engines!
Aggressive Hosevar on the inside.
All right, we're coming to green for 100 laps to move two drivers into the All-Star race tonight.
As we've seen all weekend so far, that outside lane gets a great launch.
Oh, got sideways.
That was a little of that 8 wheels corner better than 4 action. Just a little.
All these guys filling out their car, they know that the conditions are a little bit different than what they practiced the other day, but you got to be able to try to at least maintain your track position, not give up too much while you're in that process of filling everything out.
That's a good point, Cash. Hey, it doesn't matter today. They're racing to be an all-star.
Yeah, and you know that is that bubble spot. You want to have all the track position.
Oh, Hosevar running down the racetrack won't like that.
You want to have all the track position that you can as early as you can get it. So, yeah, you see he didn't like that. Gave him a right front fender to the door.
That was warranted, in my opinion.
And these are two drivers that are all go and no whoa.
Well, he certainly chopped him off and ran him down the racetrack, but they better go. He needs to sort this out, Kevin. He told me before this race, do not run side by side. You get these tires hot and they fade. You got Priest coming, putting a lot of pressure on him.
And
and Zane Smith.
We saw this in the heat race. You spin 4 or 5 laps down there, you're going to go backwards. The tires will recover, but it takes a little while for them to cool off and be able to perform like they need to. But that bottom lane heats them up quick.
He's running out of time.
Yeah, because if McDowell can't complete the pass, he's not going to get upstairs and slide into third. Priest is right there.
Look at that. He's already to the outside. Whoa, maybe not.
There it is. This is the All-Star caution. Shane Van Gisbergen leading by 3.5 seconds at the break, with Hosevar in the second transfer spot.
Now.
Teammates Hosevar, McDowell, then Gibbs and Wallace, Smith and Van Gisbergen. Van Gisbergen and Priest are the first with 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, you see Allmendinger back there, put him 3 wide right off the bat.
Hosevar. See the 4 tires of Van Gisbergen on the bottom. You'll see that thing have some speed through the center of the corner, but you can't wait, guys. If you wait and get this thing singled out and have to pass them one at a time, I don't think it's going to happen.
And you saw what happened with Ryan Priest there when he didn't finish that pass, and a couple of those other cars. You have to be aggressive. You've got 1 lap to do it right, and the second one you better do something to make it happen.
Ty Gibbs on the outside trying to move up past Michael McDowell into the final transfer spot.
Left rear barely clear.
Well, we've seen that 54 car run really well over the last month and a half and driven his way back towards the front of this race. Now Michael McDowell's got to decide what he wants to do. He doesn't want to let this thing get strung out.
Van Gisbergen and Priest are stuck behind the 38, and neither one of them can take advantage of the 4 tires and move ahead.
And that 88 car is stuck on the bottom. Not only is he stuck behind the 38, he's stuck on the bottom, but we're telling you don't want to be. He's going to have to get aggressive here, Kevin. You got to move him out of the way.
Priest takes him 3
wide. It's the only card you got. Go. He's got to take a 2 for 1 here. It's clear. Not yet. Priest on the outside.
Yeah, you saw Ryan Priest go way up the racetrack. Took him 3 wide off of turn 4, moved up the racetrack and made that pass.
He and Van Gisbergen move up, though, to 5th and 6th.
Shane's in trouble.
I think you're right. That's rare, but, I think it's...
Bubba Wallace on McDowell now. Trying to get into a position to challenge.
Oh, a little contact there off the corner, and you're seeing...
Now watch this. This is how you're going to pass. Unfortunately, that's what you have to do. Get up there, get aggressive, and lean on him.
McDowell edges ahead. Wallace fires it into turn 3.
He sure is.
I like that move. Fire it in there, make sure you're 3/4 of the way by him and force him up the racetrack. You've got to finish these passes quicker, and you're starting to see the desperation out of these guys.
Now Priest has gone to the bottom. He's past McDowell. He's even with Wallace.
And look at the difference in SVG's car mired back here in traffic versus out front. He drove off from this field. Get back in traffic, that thing's tight, won't handle. What'd you do to this thing?
Priest has run down Ty Gibbs. That 60 car is really strong getting in the corner, and we've seen Ryan be pretty aggressive with making those passes. See Ty Gibbs way up the hill. Priest is able to run that middle lane and hold his ground through turns 1 and 2.
Twice Ty Gibbs has been in the open, and both times he transferred into the All-Star race. Priest trying to make life difficult for him here.
Gibbs running him down the racetrack. That's an easy one for me. You run me down the racetrack, it's going to make my decision on what I do with you down in the corner a lot easier.
Well, they're door to door right now.
Door against door.
Uh-oh. Gibbs is not done here.
He is now.
Ryan Priest is second behind Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, Priest was just able to get that car positioned to where he could get a straight shot up off the corner and drive forward.
And caution waves.
There it is.
All right. Well, that adds
going to fly.
That adds another element. When we get this second restart here that we didn't know if we were going to have, that to me opens the door for a whole lot of aggression.
To green. Hocevar, Gibbs, Wallace, Van Gisbergen, and Haley, all hopeful of the top 2 finishing spots.
Yeah, Wallace got it.
Forced the issue right there with that 54 car.
Oh, look at this. They got into each other. Just open the door for SVG. Here he comes on the inside.
Bubba finished second in the Open to advance last year.
Look at Nemechek ripping the bottom.
John Hunter Nemechek, the first car in line that took tires on this stop, trying to work the bottom.
He sure is, and look at him prevail. That thing is rolling.
He's going to clear.
Might be the combination that gets them in.
Nemechek took 2 tires on that caution flag, and he's making them work.
Yeah, you better make it quick. Like we talked about, you've got to make it happen while those tires are cool.
He's got room under Bubba Wallace.
He's going to have to push him up the racetrack and go on.
Well, that thing's got tire marks down both sides of it, so might as well finish it off right here.
There he goes. Every opportunity that goes by, and that opportunity is going through these corners, and he doesn't take that position, that car's going to slow down.
4 wide behind them. Wow. Ty Dillon advances on the bottom.
Somehow they made it work.
Yes. How about that?
Kevin, you said you don't want to be the last car on old tires. That's exactly what you're seeing. These tires are swallowing them up. It's still on for the second place. Leaning on him.
Well, now John Hunter Nemechek's running out of option and running out of tires on the bottom there.
Yeah, and if he doesn't make something happen, that 43 car is going to be on the outside pretty quick.
It's his last chance.
He's there.
Now you got to put it in your teammate's lap.
And Dillon is there on the bottom as well. 4 cars under a blanket. Typical short track racing.
Oh, and you see 23 car ran the 43 into the fence.
Got him.
Nemechek advances. 3 cars converging on Wallace for third, which is the does not matter spot.
Yeah, and you see Eric Jones, he's up into that third lane on the other end of the racetrack, so he's got something figured out down there that nobody else does, but he knows he's got to go quick. 9 to go.
Mike, I'll tell you what matters is tires. Tires matter.
Big squeeze. And Bubba got used up there.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Clint. All these guys that put tires on, they're going straight to the front of the pack.
Ever since the drop of the green here, Eric Jones has been coming hard, but he's been patient on the outside. He is not yet. 2 laps to go. 2 drivers to advance.
Boy, they've got this track widened out. Love it. High, wide, and handsome down in 3 and 4. Jones, he is high on both ends of the racetrack. You see the 10 of Ty Dillon right down on the bottom. Good racing.
Carson Hocevar sees the white flag. 1 to go.
Yeah, and they've done a great job with their strategy. Stayed up front the whole race. Got that clean air on the last run. That's the only thing that saved him from these tires.
Nemechek second. Jones third. A further 4/10 back. Ty Dillon alongside, but Carson Hocevar from Portage, Michigan wins the All-Star Open. He and John Hunter Nemechek, 1 Chevy and 1 Toyota, will advance to tonight's All-Star race.